Alam mo ang reality ng pagiging babae, kahit gaano ka kaganda, kahit mala-chinchin Gutierrez ka pa sa ganda, is mawawala ka sa prime years mo at darating ka sa age or sa edad na malilimot ka na rin ng panahon, okay? Kaya ang daming babae kasi hindi nila pinaghahandaan yung retirement age nila. Hindi nila iniisip yung financial aspects na dapat nilang ayusin hangga't kaya pa ng katawan, hangga't malakas pa, okay? Hangga't kaya pa, okay? Kasi honestly guys, lahat tayo tatanda. Ang truth about beauty is temporary unless you maintain it until you are old. Okay. And yung nakaka-maintain lang ng beauty hanggang sa 70 plus, okay, hanggang 80 years old, ay yung mga may pera. Yun ang totoo. Okay. Kaya nga sabi ko, kahit ano ang pakinggan nyo dito sa beauty podcast, pag walang pan-check out ng products, wala. Okay. Pag walang ipon, wala. Pag walang trabaho, walang negosyo, walang side hustle, wala. Anong gagawin mo? Love. Walang mabibili yan kahit 1 kilong bigas, sa totoo lang, honestly. This is why the reality is may mga nakikita akong matatanda na umabot sila ng 70, 80, walang-wala sila. Okay, kasi yun, hindi sila prepared, hindi sila ready na hindi nila matanggap na darating sila sa time nahihina na sila yung katawan nila, hindi na sila kukulubot na yung skin, okay, yung magdadami na ang white hair. Okay. So lahat tayo pupunta sa ano na yun. And mas maganda na ma-accept mo ng maaga para mapaghandaan mo kaysa yung hindi mo tanggap, natatanda ka. Tapos pag nandun ka na, dun ka palang nagpre-prepare, which is huli na ang lahat. When you love yourself, it shows in your skin and it shows in your energy. Pag mahal mo ang sarili mo, nakikita talaga na alagang-alaga ka. Okay? It's gonna manifest physically. Sabi nga nung podcaster na napanood ko or pinakinggan ko, sabi niya is, discipline is always manifested in the physical. Okay? Kumbaga, discipline is visible in our physical appearance. So, kapag nag-exercise ka, kitang-kita na yung katawan mo maganda. Okay. Kapag nagsi-skincare ka consistently, nakikita na makinis ka, kumikinis yung face mo. Okay. Pag nakikita na mahal mo yung sarili mo, overall yan, kita talaga, pati sa energy. Sa energy na binabato mo, hindi lang sa sarili mo, kundi sa ibang tao. Kaya napaka-important talaga ng self-love. Ang self-love kasi guys, may layers talaga siya, may levels talaga siya. And like what I said, basic na ang skincare, basic ang exercise, basic ang diet. There are really, really higher levels of self-love. Yun talaga yung kailangan mo ng monetary investments dyan. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, magsikap kayo, magsipag kayo, para makita nyo yung fruits of your labor and mabili nyo yung mga gusto nyo at maka-invest kayo sa inyong mga sarili. May levels kasi ang self-care. Okay, anong ibig kong sabihin? Ano ba yung basic self-care? Sleep, exercise, diet. Basic yun mga ante ko. Okay? So, yun ang bare minimum ng self-care. Ngayon, may mga kilala ako na yung self-care nila is something na mas mataas pa. Okay? So, yung next siguro dun sa self-care is investing in supplements, in skincare, in clothes. Next na yon. Okay? Yung next na level sa ibang tao is they invest in gym membership. Okay? So may mga iba pa nagpipilates classes sila. Okay? Meron silang sports like tennis or running. Okay? So next, and then yung iba is nag-invest sila sa higher education. Okay. Tapos yung iba nag-invest sila sa enhancements, physical enhancements like doon na pumapasok ang plastic surgery. Tapos um, yung iba is pumapasok doon yung iba kung pag meron silang hormonal acne yun, nag-isotret sila. So maraming levels ang self-care. Pero sinasabi ko sa inyo, yung diet at saka exercise kasi pinaka-basic na yan. Kumbaga sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs, yun yung pinaka-basic na self-care na magagawa mo para sa sarili mo. Yung sleep, exercise, tsaka food. Okay? Pero if you really like to take care of yourself, you have to go beyond that. Okay? Hindi naman pwedeng diet, exercise na lang, yun na yun, kontento ka na doon. Okay? Kasi honestly, may mga kilala pa ako na um, yung iba nagpapagluta drip talaga or yung iba nagpapalash extensions. Okay? So meron ka dapat gawin for yourself para makita mo yung improvement. Okay? Kasi honestly, pag sinabi nating diet and exercise, given na yan na dapat ginagawa mo yan araw-araw. When you look polished, you feel polished. Okay, so it's very, very important to invest the time and the money to look polished. And it's not that easy, okay, kasi it's going beyond the basics, honestly. Diet and exercise is the basics of looking good, okay? You have to go beyond that. Okay, investing in clothes, investing in makeup, investing in skincare and supplements. And for some women, that's also the bare minimum of looking polished. Looking polished is not just about how you look, but it's also how you speak, how you present yourself. Do you read books? Do you have something to share, to talk about? Okay? Because if you're a person na, okay, ang ganda-ganda mo nga, pag kinausap ka naman, hirap na hirap ka, okay, to have meaningful conversations, then it's also not good. Because an elegant woman is a package, honestly. Okay? An elegant woman is a package, meaning, she's a beauty and brains. She's beauty and brains. She's someone who has depth in her character, who has meaning in her life. Okay, she can represent herself well in any situation. Okay, whatever situation or event, she can present herself to the best of her abilities. And also, of course, she has good skin, nice hair. Okay, yung pag sa face card lumalaban kahit papano. Okay? So, elegant women also knows how to dress well. Yung hindi ka nakapekpek shorts palagi. Magpakatotoo tayo, you know. Yes, I know some influencers who are famous can get away with the crop top and the pekpek shorts. But when you want to present yourself as someone who should be taken seriously, that's not elegance. Okay? That's tacky. So, yun lang. Sometimes having money is one thing, but knowing how to present yourself is on another level, because there are some people with money, sikat pa sila, but they don't present themselves well. Okay? So I guess different women have a different market. Looking good is one way of respecting yourself, of showing up for yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, how can you expect another person to respect you? How can you expect another person to take you seriously? Okay? Kaya ang lagi kong sinasabi is dress for the occasion. If the occasion calls for a business casual, or if, for example, merong event, you dress for the occasion. Okay? Doon mo ipakita yung na marunong kang mag-adjust ng pananamit mo depende sa panahon. Okay? So, I'm telling you guys that styling is one of those things, or having your own personal style and adjusting your personal style depending on the situation is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Because when you dress well, you command attention. More importantly, when you dress appropriately, you command respect. Nakakapangit ang people pleasing. Yun ang isa sa mga natutunan ko, especially as a content creator. And yes, I'm telling this as a content creator na nakakapangit ang people pleasing, in person or online. Okay. Alam ko na hindi lahat ng tao is mahahappy sa content. Okay. May mga tao na may hinahanap silang type of content and yun ang gusto nilang i-follow. For example, dito sa Philippines, ang mga sikat na content dito ay chismis, kabit-kabitan. Okay. Basta may mistress doon sa topic, nako, viral yan, pustaan tayo. So, ako kasi, I try to stay away from those topics because I'm not in a place, or I'm not someone na pwedeng maging libreng therapist, okay? Or libreng tagapayo. I'm not here to please everybody, okay? Alam nyo, simula nung stinap ko yung love topics, doon talaga ako nag-glow. And I think hindi naman lahat ng tao ay masisiyahan sa glow ko, okay? And I am unapologetically saying that it's not my work, or it's not my job to please everybody. As a content creator, ang magagawa lang namin ay maggawa ng content of value. Kung ayaw ng tao yung content na yun, sabi, siguro maraming nabuburingan na, ano ba naman yan? Puro naman mga beauty podcast, puro naman mga kababawan. Anong gusto niyo pag-usapan natin? Yung mga problema niyo sa bahay na wala naman kaming pakialam? Okay. So, yun lang ate ko. Yun yung napapansin ko kasi na pag hindi ko binibigay yung mga topics na gusto ng mga na gusto yata ang hinihingi kasi ng audience is milagro. Okay, for example, yung sa aura, hindi mo naman may improve ang aura mo ng isang oras, isang araw, isang linggo. Okay, parang yung whitening products. May napanood ako na content creator, sabi niya, nagrereklamo yung customer na yung nirecommend daw niya na product, 3 months na daw niya ginagamit, hindi pa daw siya pumuputi. Sabi ng content creator, naku ate ko, 13 years ako nagpaputi. Bago ako naging kutis gatas, sabi niya, 13 years daw siya nagpaputi. Which is, totoo yun. It takes time. Building yourself, making yourself beautiful takes time. Ako nga 2 years. 2 years bago ko nakita yung talagang, ay, happy tayo sa glow. 2 years yun 2 years nakahaba yun Yung pagpapaputi, 13 years yung ginawa ng iba. O yung iba, isang buwan lang nagluta tayo, nakala mo nalugi na ng ewan sa pinambili. So yun, matuto tayong mag-ano ng expectations din natin, especially sa mga content creator. Kasi yung contents namin guys, hindi siya nakakabago ng buhay. Kayo kasi ang babago ng buhay nyo. Message lang kasi yung contents namin. Yun ang ko. Kaya, yun lang, people pleasing, nakakapangit talaga yan. And yan ang ayaw kong gawin. When it comes to elegance, color and fabric really plays a role. Okay? So, for example, for elegant colors, yung neutral colors like black, beige, white, cream, yun yung mga classy colors na kahit saan mo sila suotin, kahit anong okasyon, maganda pa yung kalalabasan ng mga colors ng damit na ganon. Okay? Tapos yung fabric also matters. Like for example, yung cotton, linen. Okay? Kasi yung pinag-aaralan ko yung elegant dressing, which is, hindi naman ako ganon. Okay? Kaya ko nga siya pinag-aaralan. So, pinag-aaralan ko na yun, natutunan ko na yung quality is more important than quantity. Kasi nga, these days talaga, fast fashion talaga is sobrang sikat ng fast fashion. Nandyan ang Shein, okay. So, fast fashion is sobrang sikat talaga. Pero, kung gusto mo talaga matutunan yung elegant dressing is, you have to stay away from fast fashion and you have to choose quality fabrics and also neutral colors. Yun. Para well put together kang tignan. See? Elegance is built. It's not bought. Okay? Ang elegance, binubuo mo siya through your habits, your actions, by aligning yourself with your environment. Okay? Hindi mo siya nabibili sa kahit na anong store. Okay? This is the reason why there are women who buys the expensive clothes, the expensive shoes, the expensive bags, but still they don't look elegant because they don't have the presence of an elegant person. May mga tao na pag pumasok sila sa room, alam mo nang, ay, eto parang leader. Okay. Eto karespe-respetong tao. Eto yung tao na may taste. Sophisticated. Okay. Hmm, expensive ang datingan. Okay. Hindi pa siya nagsasalita. Okay. So, it's built through your habits, through your actions, okay? There are people na mabilis silang magsalita and I learned na there was a podcast that I listened to na sabi niya, if you want to look elegant, if you want to have the aura of a rich person, you have to speak slower and to act slower, react slowly. Okay? And also, of course, yung ibang habits nyo, like yung hygiene, yung smell ninyo, yun, yung the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, those are things that compounds as a whole. Organic encounters work if you find someone physically attractive. I mean, let's have a real talk here. Okay? Would you approach someone, get their number, have small talk with someone if you don't find them physically attractive? Diba? So, organic encounter works when you like someone physically first. Because when it comes to their personality, it takes time to get to know a person's, character and personality. Siguro 1 taon, 3 taon, or less than that. But my point is, yung organic encounter na yan, it's gonna work when you find someone interesting. Okay? If someone is conventionally attractive, or they are attractive, their visuals are good enough, some people can approach them. Okay. However, there are also conventionally attractive people that are difficult to approach kasi yung iba sobrang na starstruck ka na or sobrang na ano ka na, wow, ang ganda naman ito, ang gwapo naman ito. Wala kang masabi. But if you're attractive, basically, it's easier for you to have an organic encounter. As long as lumalabas ka ng bahay at kasi syempre, di ba, it's difficult to have organic encounter when you're work from home. I'm work from home, okay? So, kailangan mag-effort talaga. If you're work from home like me, pag organic encounter, kailangan mag-effort ka talagang mag-travel, mag-attend ng events, ganyan, okay? Kasi, alam mo mag-organic encounter ka sa bahay niyo. Sinong ka-organic encounter mo dyan sa bahay niyo, di ba? Yun lang, that's my take on organic encounter. Kasi, I prefer organic encounter rather than online dating. Kasi online dating, parang, hindi mo makikilala yung isang tao sa online dating. Trust me. Important ang beauty, pero hindi pwedeng beauty lang ang pinapursue mo. Okay. Kailangan din mo din mag-pursue ng ibang bagay like financial stability, katalinuhan, education, experience, skills, exposure. Okay. Kasi ang mangyayari sa'yo kung beauty lang ang meron ka, not unless you are, sabihin na natin, Chinchin Gutierrez type of beauty, which is, magpakatotoo tayo na iilang babae lang ang nakaka-reach ng ganung level of beauty. Yung mga tipong Christine Hermosa, ganyan, Chinchin Gutierrez, ilan lang yan, 1% lang yan ng buong Pilipinas. Okay? So, not unless ganung level of beauty ka, parang kasing ganda mo si Chinchin na kahit anong gawin mo, kahit anong pagkakamali mo, kahit hindi ka matalino, for example, or kahit hindi ka, people can forgive you. You have to pursue other things in life, such as talino, financial stability, skills, okay, and also, kailangan mong mag-grow pa. Okay. So, beauty is really important, especially on this day and age na may social media, ganyan. But at the end of the day, pag yun lang ang meron ka, not unless exceptional talaga ang face card, it's not gonna be enough. Masyadong mataas ang tingin natin sa mga ibang lahi to the point na hindi natin na-appreciate yung kalahi natin. Okay. Alam nyo ba, sa tagal na tagal ko nang nagtuturo ng ESL, 13 years na, siguro halos lahat ng lahi na handle ko na. Okay? And dito sa Philippines, pag merong foreigner na or half foreigner na gwapong-gwapo at saka gandang-ganda yung mga Pilipino sa kanila. Okay? Pero alam nyo ba na sa ibang bansa ay ordinary sila sa bansa nila? Okay. Kumain ako sa isang fast food, story time, kumain ako sa isang fast food chain. Tapos parang sa may bintana, nakadungaw yung mga tao. Kasi parang may gwapo na may halo. Alam niyo yung may mga half American, half matangkad, maputi, yung typical na Diyos ko mga ante, halos mawala sa sarili ng mga tao doon. Sabi ko, ano ba yun? Ba't nila pinagkakaguluhan yan? Maraming ganyan sa El Nido, day. Kasi El Nido, Palawan, backpackers mga nandun eh. So, halos lahat yata ng country nandun na. Okay? So, sabi ko, ba't nila pinagkakaguluhan? Sabi ko, kasi gwapo daw. Maputi, matangkad. Okay. Sabi ko, hindi ako nagugwapuhan kasi sa bansa nila ordinary lang sila sa bansa nila. Dito sa Philippines, parang kulang na lang lagyan sila ng ano, ng corona or something like that. Wala lang, na-amaze lang ako. Kaya very important talaga ang exposure. So, yun ang napansin ko, no? Anyways, ganun talaga. Pero bakit kaya? Alam niyo 'pag na-expose na kayo sa mga foreigners, yung medyo taon na kayo working with them, hindi na kayo maa-amaze sa mga blue eyes, blonde hair, parang ano na rin lang 'yan, ordinary. Kaya lang 'pag madalang ka kasing nakakita ng gano'n, parang amaze na amaze ka. Okey, pero dapat ma-appreciate din natin yung sariling atin, hindi yung puro foreigner, see? Umpisa pa lang ng Year of the Fire Horse ay talaga namang sinusubukan na tayo ng tadhana, ng sunod-sunod na challenges, pero lumalaban ang antin niyo, okey? So, ano yung mga ang growth kasi is outside of your comfort zone. Okay. Buti na lang, hindi na bago sa akin ang pag-handle ng iba't ibang klaseng problema. Minsan, doon ka naman talaga natututo at tumitibay doon sa mga challenges na binibigay sa'yo. Whether it's personal, financial, health challenges, okay, you learn to navigate through life and learn to solve problems. Kasi guys, walang perfect na buhay. Okay, walang perfect na tao. Kahit gaano kayaman, kahit gaano kaganda, walang perfect na buhay. Okay? It's just that hangga't binibigyan ka pa ni Lord ng chance para to prove yourself, you have to show up. So yun yung ginagawa ko. Hindi madali para sa akin pagsabayin lahat-lahat, pero I have to show up, to learn to show up every single day. Kasi kung magi-give up ako, anong mangyayari sa akin? Wala. Mas lalong wala. Kapag magi-give up ako, mas lalong walang mangyayari. So, naranasan ko rin naman yung time na sunod-sunod din talaga yung problema and challenges sa akin. And ito talaga ibang klase ang taon na ito, sinasabi ko sa inyo. Kaya learn to conserve your energy for the right things. Yun lang. Ako lang ba yung nakakaramdam na itong Year of the Fire Horse ay napaka-intense? Ito yung taon na you need to take action. Okay. Yung mga bagay na pinopostpone mo last year, ito yung taon na magpupush sa'yo para gawin yung mga dapat mo nang gawin na matagal mo nang pinopostpone. Okay. And sometimes it's outside of your comfort zone. So lately, naging busy talaga ako. As in, sobrang busy ko. Wala akong time masyado. Kaya yung mga contents ko, ginagawa ko na in advance. Okay. Para hindi ako nadidistract. Kasi mahirap madistract kapag marami kang ginagawa sa isang araw. Pero gusto kong i-share na itong taon na ito ay hindi para sa mga tao na nagpro-procrastinate. Kasi naniniwala kasi ako sa astrology tsaka sa mga feng shui, mga ganyan, yung mga Chinese astrology, ganyan. And natutunan ko na itong year na ito is a year of taking action and mabilis ang mga pangyayari. So minsan, ipupush ka niya para mag-take action kaagad kahit na ayaw mo. Okay. So yun ang napansin ko sa year na ito. Kaya yun lang. Kayo, ano ba napansin nyo? So may mga dumadaan sa FYP ko tungkol sa organic encounter. Okay. Ito yung mga tao na, ito yung mga encounters in real life, in person, face to face, as in hindi online, no filter whatsoever. And dun sa organic encounter na yan, yun yung malaki talaga ang advantage ng mga conventionally pretty people. Okay? Kasi aminin natin if you're going to approach someone in public or someone na first time mo makilala, ang unang nai-inlove kasi is yung mata, hindi yung puso. 'Di ba? Yung pag may titingnan ka sa Starbucks or somebody na nakita mo sa restaurant or sa cafe or sa kung saan mang event, ang una mong nakikita is kung anong itsura nila. Anong suot nila, how do they present themselves. Hindi ka naman lilingon kung hindi mo type, 'di ba? So sa organic encounter, napanood ko nga yung mga content nila is, tsaka yung mga comment na rin is, panalo talaga sa organic encounter yung mga conventionally pretty. Okay? Kasi usually sila yung nalalapitan talaga as in ng mga tao. Okay? So, ito maganda or ito gwapo. Usually people approach them more when it comes to organic encounter.